Let us discuss GS paper 1 syllabus today. Learning syllabus is very, very important. When you are reading current affairs, when you are reading a textbook, anything that should be connected to the syllabus. Without knowing syllabus, if you are reading current affairs, for example in the news, yesterday there was a news like interlinking of rivers. Cain and Betwa rivers were interlinking now. So how do you know that that is important for your examination? If that is there in your syllabus, then only it is important. And anything that is relevant to your syllabus is important for your examinations. For that, you should understand what you mean by syllabus, GS-1, 2, 3, 4 and remaining things. Clear everyone? Yes. So as we discussed in the last lecture, in case of UPSC, if anybody wanted to get a rank genuinely within 1 or 2 years, there is a small technique for that. Before going into the syllabus, I'll tell you this. Remember, total marks and all I'll tell you. There is essay writing along with ethics and followed by optional. These are the three things that decides your UPSC rank, especially in mains. Let us say, for example, essay for 250 marks, ethics 250 marks, optional 500 marks. Look at this. These three subjects were guaranteeing 1000 marks, which is 70% of or 65% of your UPSC total marks. So that is why when you are coming to any coaching, especially for UPSC, you have to begin your focus from the day one on essay writing and ethics and optional. This should be a continuous process. But sir, how to start for essay? We are all new to this. No need to write immediately essay writing. First, what we will do is like, we will go for first, what can be the essay topics that are given in the UPSC previous years. First of all, we have to check them. What are the essay topics that are given by UPSC in the previous examinations? The second one, reading the previous topic information. There are 10 topics, let us say. Weekly one topic we will take. We will gather information for 1 week in the internet and various sources that I will tell you. Weekend we will write that essay writing. This exercise we will do continuously for 1 year. You become master in essay writings. Unknowingly, if you are having a content in general studies like GS-1, 2, 3, you will also write essay writing easily. Why? Because essay topics are general study related. Essay topics are general study related. Then what are the source for them? One is the topics, another one practicing the topics and writing weekly one essay, and then we have to go for resources. In this we will verify toppers essay writings first. How? A topper presenting essay, presenting content. We will watch 3 to 4 toppers answer sheets. Then you will get an idea first. First you will write after preparing 1 week. You will write in a different way. We will correct and tell you the mistakes. Then we will introduce the topper's answer sheets so that you will compare your sheets with your topper. Then you will be able to understand what are your mistakes, what are the topper's strength and all. Then you can write a much more better essay. Got it? Yes. And third one, we will go for other resources like Yojana, Kurukshetra and some more resource that I'll prefer time to time to enhance your essay writing skills. That is like 250 marks. Very, very important. Okay? When you learn the GS, your essay automatically covered. Anyway, we have a separate classes on essay writing, and but weekly one essay we will do practice from the beginning itself. From the beginning itself. Got it right? Yes. Then you come to ethics. People feel that ethics is so difficult. Ethics is so difficult. But remember, ethics is such a small subject in the UPSC syllabus. Out of all the subjects, which subject is the smallest? Means ethics is the smallest subject. But people don't know how to cover this. That is why you are getting a problem in that. But what we will do in our Tirumal classes, from the day one, every day I'll give you one small topics in ethics, ask you to study. not big topic, just what is the meaning of emotional intelligence? What do you mean? What is the meaning of compassion, accountability, role of IAS? These are available in the internet. Okay, every day I'll give you one. Within 1 month, you'll cover learning of entire ethics syllabus and at least 30 to 40% of information on them. That gives you confidence. Again, I'll teach that in tuitions. Again, that is taught by your faculty in the class thrice. Nobody can beat you this. And last one, optional. Daily 1.5 hours is more than enough. 1.5 hours, daily 1 hour for what? Essay writing, and daily 30 minutes for ethics. For beginners, that definitely gives you an edge within 4 to 5 months itself. Ardhamainda? So these are the 3 subjects every student need to focus if they really wanted to crack UPSC, because they are how much? 1000 marks. Everybody will get marks. GS-1, 2, 3 on an average equal marks. On an average equal marks they'll get, but rankers will be decided in these 3 subjects. Got it, everyone? Understood this part? Next, I'm going for GS-1 today explanation. General Studies 1. GS-1 means General Studies 1 paper. Can you please tell me what are the subjects that are present in GS-1? First one, we'll be talking about history topic is there. What is there in GS-1 is like? GS-1 is comprising subjects like first one, history. What type of history, my dear? You people says that ancient history, medieval history, modern history. So which history was there in GS paper 1? Which history was there in GS paper 1? Is it medieval or modern or ancient? People don't know this also, I know that. Even your preparation began for 4 to 5 months, people don't know this. History is there in paper 1. But what history is there? Remember, only modern history. The next one, we will be talking about second subjects that is present. Modern history is very easy. We'll be covering in tuitions, we'll be covering in regular classes by different faculties. But when you come to the second, it is like post-independent history. It is like post-independent history. Please make a note of all of them. Very, very important. I will not time pass in the class. Okay, now first one, modern history. I'll also tell you the resources, don't worry. First one, modern history. When I say modern history, we'll talk about generally from 1600 to 1947. 1600 to 1947. Whatever the events happened in India, we call them as modern Indian history. Modern Indian history. Within the modern Indian history, we also talk about national movement. That is also part of modern Indian history. Okay, na? Yes. So what is the first subject of mine GS1? Modern Indian history, which is from 1600 to what? 1947. 1600 to 1947. We all know 1947 we got independence. After that, from 1947 nundi till date, whatever the thing we call it as post-independent history. Post-independent history means after independence, what our prime ministers did, what Jawaharlal Nehru did, what kind of governance we introduced, what are the political, social, economic, cultural dimensions that were happened in India during different prime ministerialship. We'll all discuss them, which is very easy. Modern India will take approximately, let us say, 75 to 80 hours to cover. But when I say post-independence, it takes 25 to 30. If it is at maximum 35, not more than that. Many institutes actually will not deal this because it covers in all the subjects. When you discuss economy, modern post-independence system will cover. Geography it cover. History it covers. Polity it covers. Are you getting it right? It is very easy. Just 25 to 30 hours maximum subject it is. Very easy, very interesting. Just you should know what is happening in India after independence. Third subject here is world history, which is the least bothered. Because if you see the previous year questions in the mains examination, once in 5 to 6 years, they're asking 1 10-marker from the world history. So, you will not read world history while reading the main course. Once you're done with the prelims, you're writing mains, right? Only during that 10 days is more than enough for world history. Not because people will teach a lot, but not required. Only few revolts that have happened across the world is important in this. World history is the least concerned in GS paper 1 for time being. No need to focus on them for time being. What is the least concern in GS1? World history is the least concern at this moment. Okay, now you can mark it as last priority. In fact, I can say last minute rush. Ante dinki. Without knowing this, we should know which should given more importance, which subject can be studied later. This planning is very important. Done with world history and so all of them can say history part. One is like modern history, post-independent history and world history. What is the least concern here? I'll tell you. Post-independent history, they never ask for prelims. World history, they never ask for prelims. But modern Indian history will ask for prelims and mains. Otherwise, you'll study everything for prelims, no? Ardhavainda, world history never ask for prelims. Post-independence history never ask for prelims, they'll ask for only modern Indian history. So if you read modern Indian history carefully, you will cover both prelims and mains. Ardhavainda? Yes. Let us come to the fourth subject. Here we will be talking about art and culture, which is hardly takes 40 hours. Chala institutes అయితే 10-20 hours లో లేపేస్తారు దీన్ని. 10-20 అంతే. But 40 hours it takes. Art and culture. But I'll tell you, beauty of art and culture is like, art and culture, 60% of art and culture is like your ancient history and medieval history. If you know ancient and medieval history, 60% of art and culture is done. If you know art and culture, 60% of ancient and medieval history is done. అర్థమైందా? అంతేకాని సపరేట్గా మళ్ళీ దీనికి దానికి ఫోకస్ పెట్టాల్సిన పని లేదు. ఆర్ట్ అండ్ కల్చర్ ఈజ్ కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ ancient history and medieval history. అర్థమైందా? ఆర్ట్ అండ్ కల్చర్. Art and culture, very, very important. Then the fifth subject here is Indian society. Here the fifth subject here is Indian society. I think we are all living in the Indian society only, right? We'll talk about various issues in the Indian society. Casteism, regionalism, marriage, family, what not. Everything, communalism, regionalism, secularism. Recent issues that are present in the Indian society like Me Too movement. You know Me Too movement? Health issues. What happened to society at the time of COVID-19? During the time of COVID-19, you all know, right? There is no social relations between mother and son, wife and husband, anything. Everything was broken. That type of issues would be discussed. Me Too movement, you know? Me Too movement అంటే మూవీ ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఆఫర్స్ రావాలంటే కమిట్మెంట్ అడుగుతున్నారని గుర్తుంది ఒక ఇష్యూ. ఆ ఉద్యమాన్ని ఏమంటారు? మీ టూ మూవ్మెంట్ అంటారు. ఇక్కడ ఉమెన్ సేఫ్టీ, యాసిడ్ అటాక్స్, చైల్డ్ లేబర్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ వుడ్ బి డిస్కస్డ్. ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ. అండ్ ద లాస్ట్ థింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్ GS1 is like geography. Last subjects that present here is what? Geography. Geography is one more important area in GS1. Geography means what? Geography need to focus here. I'll tell you. Geography basically, remember boys, geography basically two things. One is like world geography. Next one, Indian geography. World geography and Indian geography. When I say world geography, again it is of three parts. World geography is of three parts. World geography is again of three parts. What are the three parts in world geography? Listen carefully. Three parts of world geography. One is like geomorphology. 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 We will talk about rocks, continental formation, how the globe divided into continents. Yes? How Africa formed, how India, how Europe, how Arctic, Antarctic, we call it as tectonic movements kind of thing, everything would be discussed. Geomorphology. Geography too. World geography, Indian geography. World geography again, 3 branches. One is geomorphology, next one climatology. 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 See, Indian climate, you know, weather is different from climate. Weather is a current phenomenon, climate is a long run phenomenon. Yes, we call Indian weather or Indian climate. Indian climate under. When you are living in a particular area, today weather is very cool antama. Like today climate is so cool antama. Weather is a current phenomenon which is very short term, but climate is long term phenomenon. Got it right? So climatology, I'll tell you about. There we will discuss about rotation of earth, revolution of earth, what kind of energy is generated, what are the jet streams, winds, getting it right, how the Mediterranean areas influencing the Indian climate, how the Himalayas are very cold, why there is a snowfall, why only snowfall in January. For example, in India, we are having winter season now. Right now in Australia, it is summer. What is the reason? We will take an earth. For example, this is an earth. We will divide equatorial region. This is called southern hemisphere. This is called northern hemisphere. There is a Coriolis force. These are poles. Like, it is like a magical subject. You will imagine everything. Okay, it is like a magical subject. It would be taught by a great faculty, Sandeep Mahajanji. Okay, you can browse in the YouTube, you will get all the lectures of him also. Tuitions lo name chepta, class lo the legendary faculty will teach you. In this, you will revise twice. Are you getting it right? That is what about. So, one is like geomorphology and world geography, geomorphology. Next one, climatology, and third one, oceanography. Studying about, see, earth, maximum part of earth is covered with water, right? That is why earth is known as blue planet. Earth is known as blue planet. We will study about oceanography. Again, tectonic plates, how ocean currents will move. For example, sometimes somewhere cold water, somewhere warm water, how these cold and warm waters are moving, how they were creating low pressure areas, how land getting heated fast or water getting heated fast. Edi fast ga heat avutundi? Solid. Generally, solids will get heated up more fastly. So land heat fast and land cools down fast. But water, it is reverse. All this, what is albedo? What is the depth of the ocean? How the ocean currents are moving? Everything would be discussed here, including number of oceans and their boundaries, and everything would be discussed. This is what called geography or world geography, Indian geography. World geography 3 parts. Entadi geomorphology. Raskondamma evarni adiginappudu cheppakunte forget about UPSC first you learn the syllabus and bijja teestaru andi. ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ రా నెక్స్ట్ అంటాడు అంతే, కథం మాకు బ్రాండింగ్ ఇచ్చేస్తారు. అట్లనే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు అంటారని కాదు, కానీ మీకు నేర్చుకోవడం మీ ధర్మం. దట్స్ ఇట్. సో క్లైమటాలజీ అండ్ జియోమార్ఫాలజీ. వాట్ నెక్స్ట్? ఓషనోగ్రఫీ. దిస్ 3 combined called as world geography. Faculty will deal, I also deal in the tuitions. Okay, these are the GS1 subjects. If somebody asks you what is there in GS1 and you need to tell that modern Indian history. Don't say history. Modern Indian history, post-independent history, world history. Getting it? Art and culture, Indian society and geography. So what next? What are the subjects present in that? One is like Indian heritage and culture, which means art and culture. What is that? Art and culture. History means what? Modern Indian history and as well as post-independent history. Then third one, geography of the world. Geography of the world, and we also discuss Indian geography. And last one, Indian society. Society means which society we are living in India, right? Indian society. Clear? Let us go in detail about the syllabus line by line now. So first thing, it is talking about art and culture. This is about art and culture. Look at this. Indian culture will cover salient aspects of art forms. What do you mean by art forms? Dance is an art form. Dance is an art form. Salient features of classical dances, Western dances, art form. Music is an art form. Literature is an art form. Yes or no, yaar? Yes, all this. For example, we will be talking about various art forms in India. What is Amaravati art form? What is Nagara art and architecture? What is Indo-Gothic style? You know temples? You know various monuments that are present in India? Taj Mahal, you know, right? All of them we will discuss there. Next, literature we will talk about. Architecture of from ancient to modern times. Temples, ancient to modern times. Temples that we constructed. During Islam time, we have constructed many more, right? Buland Darwaja, you know, many more. Qutub Shahi tomb, Pori Midhelsin Taj Mahal. Are you getting everyone? Yes, all this from ancient to modern times. And ancient, medieval, modern, which cover ancient history, medieval history, modern history. That is why art and culture is combination of your ancient and medieval forms. So what is this part deals about? Art and culture. Clearly talking about modern Indian history. About medieval of 18th century until present. Medieval of 18th century. When I say 18th century means it begins around from 1750s. Adhe kada 18th century and 1750s is called 18th century. See, medieval, modern Indian history about medieval of 18th century until the present days. Until the present days means up to 1947. From there to till 2024. Till 1947 is called modern Indian history. After that, which we call it as post-independent history. Ardham avutunda? It covers both modern and as well as post-independent history. Then what are the significant events? We'll be talking about events, various movements like civil disobedience movement, Khilafat movement, Quit India movement, various minor and major revolts that are happened across the India during national movement or modern Indian history, that we'll be discussing various significant events. And then personalities. What are the personalities? Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Gandhiji, Ambedkarji, moderates, extremists, revolutionary group, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Lal Bal Pal, Aurobindo Ghosh. And we will be talking about women role in the modern Indian history. Rani Gaidinilu, Jhansi, getting it, all of them important personalities we will discuss. And issues during the colonial rule. Issues like Sati Sahagamanam, child marriages, widow remarriages, education, caste, evangelization, all the issues that are present during British time would be discussed. So this is about your modern Indian history plus post-independent history. Come to freedom struggle, which we call it as national movement. Freedom struggle is also known as national movement. I'll tell you national movement, which is a part of modern India. But when Gandhiji came to India, I'll tell you, Gandhiji came to India from South Africa. So when Gandhiji went to South Africa, I say across 1893, let us say, Gandhiji went to South Africa. But he returned to India in the year of 1915. He returned to India 1915. Gandhiji returned to India. When Gandhiji returned to India, since then we call it as national movement. National movement or freedom fight, which is also called Gandhian era. మా నేషనల్ మూమెంట్ అన్న, ఫ్రీడమ్ ఫైట్ లేకుంటే ఫ్రీడమ్ మూమెంట్ అన్న, గాంధీయన్ ఎరా అన్న, మీనింగ్ ఈస్ సేమ్. నేషనల్ మూమెంట్, గాంధీయన్ ఎరా ఆర్ ఫ్రీడమ్. Clear everybody? Yes. Look, here we talks about various stages. What are the various stages? Moderates, extremists and revolution. Important contributions from different parts of the country. What happened in Bengal? What happened in Gujarat? What happened in Northeast? What happened in South, Central India and Pakistan region? Everything would be discussed. Punjab. Okay? Means 1915 నుండి 1947, this period is called national movement or freedom struggle or Gandhian era. Gandhian era, which is most interesting area. Like every scene is a climax. Every scene is much interesting, like a movie it is. Like a movie. Anta Mount Subhash Chandra Bose and his army. What kind of role Gandhiji made? Fight between Gandhiji and Ambedkar. Fight between Nehru and Ambedkar. What happened to Indian National Congress? How many times it broke down? How again it became reunion? There are many interesting things. I'll tell you, once you are good at history, you are good at decision making. Yalla sir, events already జరిగినాయి, దాని సొల్యూషన్స్ కూడా ఆల్రెడీ జరిగినాయి. అలాంటి ఈవెంట్స్ మళ్ళీ జరిగినప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలో మన చరిత్ర చెప్తుంది. అది ప్రాపర్గా నేర్చుకుంటే whatever the issues that you are going to face future, you can easily solve them. What Gandhiji did in Quit India movement, the same thing is happening today in the world. British, what they did, they divide and rule us. British did divide and rule policy in India. After independence, what our politicians are doing? Divide and rule. Division based on caste, division based on religion, division based on region. Yes or no, yaar? So that is what history repeats under Gurtunda, and history is always repetitive, it is going on. Got it? What Ambedkar did repeats. What are the mistakes of Bhagat Singh, Rajguru Sukhdev, Motilal Nehru ji, and all of them are very interesting actually. We can look at it as a web series. Interesting web series it is. That I'll deal in the morning lectures, faculty will deal in the class itself. 2 times revision. Got it right? కాకపోతే నా డైరెక్షన్ ఒకలా ఉంటుంది, వాళ్ళ డైరెక్షన్ ఇంకొకలా ఉంటుంది. ఒకే స్టోరీని మీరు 2 different డైరెక్షన్లో చూస్తారనమాట. That makes you more understandable. Done up to this. Then come to post independence, consolidation, recognition within the country. What do you mean by this? After independence, I'll tell you one story. We got independence in which year? Be very open, very talkative kind in the class so that it would be interesting for you. నేను మిమ్మల్ని ఒక్క మాట కూడా అనను, నేను అసలుకి తప్పు చెప్పినా కూడా ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తాను. జస్ట్ గివ్ మీ ద కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్స్ అని చూస్తూ ఉండకండి, ఓకేనా? సో వెన్ వీ గాట్ ఇండిపెండెన్స్ 1947, we got independence. Good answers online. We got independence in 1947. After independence, what is the immediate problem to us is like, after getting independence, one is India-Pakistan separation. India-Pakistan separation. Another issue is like, at the time of independence, India is not a one country. There was 552 princely states. 552 states. Right now, how many states in India? We have 28 states. Not a big deal, I'll tell you. 28 states plus 8 union territories. 28 states plus 8 union territories. But at the time of independence, we had total 552 states. All of them united into one nation. United into one nation. Who united? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. That is why we have built a Statue of Unity in Gujarat. Statue of Unity. Why only Statue of Unity is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel? Because he is the man united India after independence. That story is most interesting. That is what? Consolidating the country and reorganization. Reorganizing is nothing but simple. 2 or more states merging into one. One large state dividing into 2 or more, which is called reorganization. I'll tell you. 1956, before Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Nizam is there. But 1956, what happened? Nizam, that is Telangana, Andhra united and became Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, called reorganization. What is that? Reorganizing and changing the boundaries, dividing the states, merging the states, altering all the states is called reorganization. That was happened after independence. Recently, in Andhra and Telangana, number of districts were divided. That also comes under reorganization. What is that? Antakane Telangana reorganization bill anama. Telangana divide ayetappudu parliament lo bill evani pettam. Telangana reorganization bill. Ante we are separating Telangana from Andhra. Reorganizing, got the meaning? That is about also post independence. Okay now? Next thing, history of the world. This is the least concern, least bothered area for your examinations. Only last 10 days of mains, that's it. When I say world history, it talks about events happened in 18th century. 18th century, and when did the events was happen? When I say 18th century, what do you mean by it? 1700 nundi 1800. Between evantam dini? 18th century. 18th century ante మనం 17 నుండి తీసుకోవాలి. 20th century అంటే 19 నుండి తీసుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా? ఎస్. అంటే మీనింగ్ 1700 నుండి 1800 మధ్యలో వరల్డ్లో ఏం జరిగింది? వేరియస్ ఈవెంట్స్. ఇండస్ట్రియల్ రెవల్యూషన్స్. Many countries got independence during this particular era. We'll be talking about all the industrial, 18th century, such as industrial revolutions, World War I and World War II, and how redrawal of national boundaries, India-Pakistan boundary, like other countries' boundary. In the redrawing of boundaries, and what is that? Colonization, rule by the foreigners. British colonized India. British not only colonized India, they also colonized many countries, which called colonization. Entama? Colonization into foreign rule andi. British manలు ఎలా అయితే రూల్ చేశారో వేరియస్ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద వరల్డ్లో కూడా చాలా కంట్రీస్ రూల్ చేశారు. అది ఎట్లా జరిగింది? ఐర్లాండ్ విల్ టాక్ అబౌట్ అదర్ యూరోపియన్ కంట్రీస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ దేర్. Then what do you mean by decolonization? How Africa got independence, how India got, how Germany, how other countries got. Colonization is one. Tarvata decolonization. What Irish, how it got independence, like this. Political philosophies like communalism. China believes in what? What is communalism first? I'll tell you. Okay na? అర్థమైందా? ఇట్లా ప్రతిదాని మీనింగ్ తెలియకుండా ఎట్లా డైరెక్ట్గా సబ్జెక్ట్ లేకపోతారు మీరు? ఎక్కడ కూడా తలదించుకోకూడదు ప్రిపరేషన్ అంటే ఎవ్రీ పాయింట్ పైన డీటెయిల్డ్గా ఉండాలి మనం. అదర్వైజ్ సమ్వేర్ యూ విల్ బి లో. నీకు అన్నీ తెలిసి ప్రిపరేషన్కి వెళ్తాం వల్ల ఏంటంటే యూ విల్ బి కాన్ఫిడెంట్. లేదనుకోండి ఏదో మిస్ అవుతున్న ఫీలింగ్ ఎప్పుడు మిమ్మల్ని హాంట్ చేస్తూనే ఉంటుంది. గాట్ ఇట్? సో విల్ టాక్ అబౌట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద కమ్యూనలిజం, క్యాపిటలిజం లైక్ అమెరికా. Communalism, everything should be done by government itself. Communistic rule, no rights for people. Like earlier China is a communistic rule, Russia is a communistic rule, yes. But capitalism is best example of US. Capitalism is only look for profit, everything in a business orientation, capitalist ideology. Come to socialism, there is a role of government and role of private, but maximum role is government. India, best example of socialism from 1947 నుండి 1990, India is a socialistic country. ఈజీగా ఉంటాయి ఇవన్నీ కూడా. దెన్ ఎక్సెట్రా దేర్ ఫార్మ్స్ అండ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆన్ ద సొసైటీ. హౌ కమ్యూనలిజం ఎఫెక్ట్ ద సొసైటీ, హౌ క్యాపిటలిజం ఎఫెక్ట్ ద సొసైటీ, హౌ సోషలిజం ఎఫెక్ట్ ద సొసైటీ. దట్స్ ఇట్. దెన్ కమ్ టు నెక్స్ట్ సేలియంట్ ఫీచర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ. ఇక్కడ నుండి ఏంటమ్మా, ఇదేమో వరల్డ్ జియోగ్రఫీ, వరల్డ్ హిస్టరీ. ఇదేంటమ్మా ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ అమ్మా, ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ అండ్ డైవర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా. ఇండియా ఈజ్ నోన్ ఫర్ డైవర్సిటీ. ఇండియా ఈజ్ ద ల్యాండ్ ఆఫ్ డైవర్సిటీ. Diversity means varieties that we have in India is called diversity. Linguistic diversity, that is language. Cultural diversity, religious diversity, caste diversity, regional diversity, Yes, gender diversity. India is known for diversity. India is known for diversity. మన భారతదేశంలో విభిన్న మతాలు కులాలు జాతులు అని చెప్పుకున్నాం, గుర్తుందా? దాన్ని ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఏమంటాం? డైవర్సిటీ. What do you mean by salient features of Indian society? There we talk about regionalism, we'll talk about religion, family, marriage, everything that present in the Indian society. మీరు రోజు బతికేదే. అండ్ ఇది కూడా సొసైటీయే. రోల్ ఆఫ్ ఉమెన్ మీ గురించేనమ్మాయి, ఎప్పుడో లవోదీపం అంటారు కదా, వీఆర్ బ్యాక్వర్డెడ్, వీఆర్ వల్నరబుల్ అని. బట్ రీసెంట్లీ కోర్ట్ సెడ్ మెనీ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్స్ ద డివోర్స్ కేస్ or domestic violence act was misused by most of the women in modern days. Okay, now we'll talk about role of women and women organizations like National Commission for Women and other self-help groups. You know, in village we have some bodies like women have an organization we call self-help group. In short, we can call it as Podupu Sangalu. Have you heard about them? Yes. Called women organizations and associations. Women issues. What is women issue? Domestic violence, dowry, harassment at workplace, sexual exploitation. Everything comes under women related, all the aspects. For example, somewhere in the news, some woman was gang raped. It comes under which paper? GS-1 society. GS-1 society. Next one we see poverty and developmental issues. What is the power? India is known for poverty, Pedarikam. And what are the developmental issues that are present in Indian society? Urbanization. Earlier India, 85% of India is a rural India. Right now, we are slowly urbanizing. What is urbanization? Providing basic infrastructure. And many more things. Then their problems. What is the problems of poverty? Problems of developmental issues? Problems of urbanization and remedies. Solutions ఏంటి? కలెక్టర్ అనేవాడు ఏం చేస్తారు అంటే ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటో వింటాడు, వదిలేడు. దానికి ఏం చెప్తాడు? సొల్యూషన్ కూడా చెప్పాలి కదా, రెమెడీస్. నెక్స్ట్, ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ గ్లోబలైజేషన్ ఆన్ ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ. వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ సొసైటీ టాపిక్ ఓన్లీ. Effect of globalization. I'll tell you, liberalization, privatization, globalization. We are living in a globalized world. What do you mean by globalization? And you are connected to the world now. For example, you have a mobile, you can watch anything across the world, globalized. Your dressing style impacted because of globalization. Your economy is controlled by global events. Recessions in America will affect Indian economy. War between Israel and Iran will affect Indian economy. War between Ukraine and Russia will affect Indian economy. What is this called? Globalization. For example, your language is changing, dressing is changing. Right now, Indian society is going towards many more relationships, like single parent. Earlier, India is a joint family. Now it is nuclear family. Within nuclear family, there is a single parent family. Earlier, we believe in marriage system. Right now, no marriage, only live-in relationships, flings, situationship. And these are all Western culture influencing the Indian society, right? That is how the globalization affecting Indian society. Very, very important. Next one, social empowerment. Social empowerment and meaning what? Empowering women, empowering children, empowering physically disabled, empowering other backward classes like SC, ST and many more sections. Called social empowerment, uplifting the backward sections. Next one, communalism. My country is great, my religion is great, yours are waste. There is a fight between the two. Communalism. India is having communalism. There is a Kula Garshnalu, Mata Garshnalu, what do you call it as? మరి ఇంకేంటి సార్, తెలిసిందే అది, అర్థమైందా? కమ్యూనలిజం, రీజనలిజం. ఆంధ్ర తెలంగాణ డివైడెడ్, రీజనలిజం. అరే యార్, we are south, you are north, regionalism. North east and you are central India, regionalism. We are Rayalaseema, you are, let us say, coastal Andhra, regionalism. Your local, non-local, what is that? Regionalism, very, very interesting. People are fighting because of regionalism. And secularism, which means we'll treat all the religions are equal. Got it, everyone? This is what called Indian society. From here it is geography. This entire thing is like geography. World geography, Indian geography will cover in this particular aspect. World geography, how many subjects were there? 3 parts of world geography: climatology, oceanography, geomorphology. Geomorphology. Clear, everybody? Let us see what is there in this. Look at salient features of world physical geography. ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే salient features of world physical geography. We'll take atlas. Faculty will teach you atlas. They'll tell you which continent, where it is there, why it is formed, what is the climate. Okay, na? Yes, what are the boundary countries? Everything faculty will teach in the class itself. Next one, where are the mountains, where are the plateaus, where are the plains in the world across. They'll discuss this. Next, the distribution of key natural resources across the world. ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఏమున్నాయి? ఐరన్ ఉంది, మెగ్నీషియం ఎక్కడుంది, కోల్ ఎక్కడుంది, యురేనియం ఎక్కడుంది. ఆర్ యూ గెటింగ్ ఇట్ రైట్? ఆల్ ద రిసోర్సెస్ దట్ ఆర్ అవైలబుల్ అక్రాస్ ద వరల్డ్, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఏషియా, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఆఫ్రికా, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఇండియన్ subcontinent. Like factors responsible for location of primary and secondary, tertiary sector industries across the world. What is the primary, secondary, tertiary factories? And primary agriculture related, secondary manufacturing industries, third one service industries. IT industry is a service example. Transportation, communication, what are they called? Service. ఇప్పుడు మీకు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యూ సీ షుగర్ కేన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ. షుగర్ కేన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ ఇస్ అ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్. వేర్ ద షుగర్ ఇండస్ట్రీ వుడ్ బి దేర్ నియర్ బై షుగర్ కేన్ కల్టివేటింగ్ ఏరియాస్. అంటే ఎక్కడైతే రీసోర్స్ ఉంటాయో అక్కడ ఏముంటుంది, దానికి సంబంధించిన ఇండస్ట్రీ ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐరన్ industries were there maximum in central India because there are coal reserves or iron ore reserves. For example, మనకి ఇక్కడ ఆంధ్రాలో నల్గొండలో సిమెంట్ ఫ్యాక్టరీ ఉంది. ఇందుకు అక్కడ సిమెంట్ ఫ్యాక్టరీ ఉంది. Limestone is available. What is that? Limestone is raw material for cement industry, right? Limestone is available there, labor available there. They went for establishment of a industry. Across the world మనం దీని గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటాం. We'll talk about including India. And ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ పెట్టాం, including India. This is called world geography and Indian geography.